Hello everyone, Randy here again, and we're playing Farming Simulator 15 on the new map. We'll just call it the Gold Edition map, because pronouncing the name of this map is... yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that yet. Anyway, I did finish up harvesting field 19 there last episode. I've started cultivating it. I guess we'll probably... continue doing that this episode here, at least for a little while maybe, and then we'll start doing some planting maybe. I'll have to say it seems like Giants has done a nice job with the detail on this map. Also a fairly nice job on the tractor too, I would have to say. It looks like an older... I guess that's pronounced Zetor. A Zetor Crystal 12045. Actually, you know what? Maybe before we start here, we should just take a look in the shop just to see what equipment is available to us. I'm assuming it's going to show up at the end. Yes, it does. So it looks like we got 4 tractors there. Major 80. I believe we have this one. Yes, we own one. And that is 75 horsepower. Not a whole lot. 117 and 147. Yeah, definitely nothing big. Okay, combines. There is a couple of combines and a chopper. We've got that one. And looks like a fairly good sized one. Wonder how big a header's for that. Biggest header is only 9 meters, so really not that big of a header. And of course the chopper components, sewing machines. Okay, so we got a grain drill and a row crop. And tipper, I believe there was a tipper as well. Yes, that one there. And I know there was a cultivator because we have the cultivator as well. And I know there's some other odds and ends here as well, so... let's see, was there a manure? Don't think so. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the equipment list to know what all came with it again, but anyway. That's just a couple of the pieces of equipment that I know came with it, so... And obviously using my new steering wheel here again, and enjoying that. I did figure out how to look around. That is with the loader control, with the red light on. So the loader control has multiple functions on it, obviously. And if the red light is on, you can look around. I rather thought they would have put that on one of the pads up on the steering wheel, but no, it is on the loader control arm. So, and then of course the actually to switch the views is on the steering wheel. So I don't quite understand why the same button that switches the view doesn't actually, how should I say it, actually look around. Just seems like that would make a lot of sense to me, but I guess I'm not the one that made it, so. Obviously, using the GPS mod here, I could probably actually set the GPS mod a little wider. You can see we do have some overlap there. But I just went with the automatic width, which is 3 meters, which I believe is what the store says it is too, so. And I'm still working on figuring out what all the buttons do on the steering wheel and side panel here. I did switch it over to the other option, so it actually shows, rather than the keyboard controls, it actually shows what buttons are on the steering wheel and side panel. So like button 19 there is raise and lower. Detach is button 20. One thing I'm thinking I might do with the steering wheel, it has that little steering knob on it. I might change the position of that. It comes, I guess by default, it's on the top. I'm thinking I might switch it to like the lower left side. Looks like just a couple of Allen screws. I know the instructions explain how to do it. I don't think I need instructions how to change that, but just a couple of Allen screws on there. Unhook it and you move it to wherever you want it on the wheel. Thinking I might move it to the lower left hand side, that little steering knob. Reason being, the buttons at the top of the, or not really at the top, but on the sides of the steering wheel there, I find I accidentally bump them every now and then with the steering knob being at the top like that. And also playing on the multiplayer server there, Pleasant Valley map, I did get a chance to use a couple of loader, the tractor and an actual front loader. The loader control on the side panel definitely works really nice for that. I did not figure out how to use the Ponzi though. That not exactly sure how to do that yet because I could not get that to work. I got a couple of the functions to work. So basically, yeah, 3 functions. Because the loader control arm on the side panel here has up and down, left and right, and then it also has twist. So you can actually twist the arm. So I found 3 of the functions, but I cannot get the other 3 functions essentially to work. So I'm not sure exactly what that takes. I'm assuming you push the button on the top, but that doesn't seem to do anything, so I'm not sure if there's another button I gotta push or if I'm pushing the wrong button. I've got to figure that out yet. On that, definitely enjoying the side panel here. See how well I can do it following the line outside the tractor. And one of our first purchases on the map here should probably be a fertilizer spreader. Definitely want to pick up one of those. May have to borrow some money for that, I'm not sure. We also have what we harvested off this field. We can sell that as well, although I don't think that'll make us enough money to buy a fertilizer spreader. Okay, folks, I think what we'll do here, I'm going to just hire a worker. Okay, where was I at here? Had to leave there for a few moments and take care of something. Hired a worker going here. I believe that's where I was at before I had to quit there for a moment. Okay. And actually, you know what? There is a button to hire a worker, which is 18. Actually, I do not want auto tractor. Let's just put you on normal. There we go. Yeah, square fields, for your folks' sanity, I suggest sticking with normal hired workers. Don't use auto tractor, auto combine. You know, unless you got something special you have to use it for, like headlands or something like that. But, map made by giants here, hired workers should work without any problems, I would assume. Of course, get the maps made by mod authors. You know, they'll put trees right up against the field edge and whatnot, but giants typically wide open around the fields. Okay, let's set up the vehicle switcher here too while we're here. And the Zetor, we'll put that in group 1 as well. Like I said before, the way I like to set it up, I go by horsepower. Group 1, 100 horsepower, 2, 200, 3, 300, 4, 400, etc. And then group 6 I like to put as a combine, even though there are obviously, you know, 600 horsepower tractors, but that is how I like to set it up. Yeah, it's usually once you get to group 5 where I do the 500 horsepower. There's not a whole lot of 500, so I do like 500, 600 all in the same group there. So, okay, we want the other Zetor. Right, yeah, Zetor Major 80. Major 80, interesting name. Anyway, I really need to set up some controls here for the drive control mod there was starting and whatnot. Zoom out. Yeah, I don't know, the look around controls just seem a little backwards to me, because like the zoom in and out is up on the steering wheel, the switch cameras is up on the steering wheel, but then actually, you know, look around back and forth like this is on the loader control arm. Okay, so 14 here, yes, 14 we own. Canola, sure, we'll plant some canola. Why not? And yes, I'm going to use the GPS mod here again. 3 meters, sure. And I'm sure we'll get a little overlap with this, but hey, why not? Okay. Turn on. I'm assuming there's going to be a turn on button. I know what the lower one is. I've kind of got that one memorized already. Ah, here we go. Button 4. Unfold. Okay, that's... those look like ridge markers. I don't think... Oh, I got it. Okay. So ridge markers... it looks like they're down, but they're not. I see, I see. So, fold, unfold actually unfolds the ridge markers, which we got GPS. We don't need no stinking ridge markers. Okay, let's put this thing in the ground, and away we go. This planter must be a lot easier to pull than the other in-game one, because I don't think this tractor would ever run the in-game 3 meter. I shouldn't really, I say in-game, because technically this is in-game too. The, oh, what is it? Yeah, the Pottinger here. This thing is like a beast. Not that it's that big, it's just heavy and seems to take a lot of horsepower. Yeah, this tractor seems to actually handle it just fine. And we do have a 700 kilogram weight on the front, which it just looks ridiculous on the front of this tractor, if I do say. And hey, look at that, there's even a button. Number 22 hides the F1 menu there. There we go. Not sure how well I can do with this following the line outside the tractor here. I'm thinking not too good. You know, obviously I'm used to sitting in the cab here, and I can you know, put the tractor right down the center of this line here. But yeah, outside the cab, it's kind of hard for, at least for myself anyway, to follow that line. And of course you can obviously kind of use the red lines and try to keep your implement in between that, but I find that hard to do as well. You know, myself, obviously the easiest way is just to be in the cab here. And especially with the steering wheel, I mean, you can put this tractor right down dead center. Minute here, let's take a quick look at this cab. What do we got? It's a pretty boring cab, that's for sure. Yeah, looks like everything is up on the dash here pretty much. Not sure what that red lever's for. I'm kind of wondering what that's for. Does this have a loader? No, this doesn't appear to have a loader bracket on it. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what the red lever there is for. Because this would probably be your 3-point hydraulics here between these two here and these two up here probably. I'm guessing your throttle's on the side there by the steering wheel. Probably PTO. Looks like it's under there. I can't quite tell. I see like a red knob that looks like a PTO. But yeah, not sure what that red lever there is. That's... Oh, I bet you know what? It's probably a shifter. It just doesn't have any shift icons on it. Or shift positions. That's got to be what it is. Though it's possible those two there are shift levers too. Those are definitely hydraulics. Ooh, I got way off track there. But you know what? I think we'll maybe raise that back up. Let's just back up here and fix that. And we'll see how well I can do at reading some comments here. Maybe we'll lock in the steering so I can read comments and see what I'm reading here. The edge of this field. Oh, the edge of this field is not square, is it? Interesting. Okay, did not know that. Don't see Giants doing too many non-square fields usually. I'll turn down the speed setting a little bit. Okay, we'll read a couple of comments here. Johns was saying, I think to look around you must hold one of the buttons on the loader stick and then move the loader stick wherever you want to look. Correct, though you don't have to hold the button, you just gotta, it's the button on the right side. And when the red light is on, there's a red light and a blue light. When the red light is on, you can look around. You know, I'm thinking another button here I want to configure on this steering wheel is going to be my GPS lock button. Like I said before, I know like 6 here, finances. I don't really see a point of having that on the thing. I can use my keyboard for that. Same thing, store and this menu. Let's see, does 1 do anything? Yeah, okay. Pointless again. 2. Not sure what 2 and 3 here do. But like 1, 6, 7, 8 there, you know, they open all this stuff up. I'll probably reconfigure those buttons. And I'll like start for... Actually, you know what? You are up, are you not? Okay. Guess I forgot to lower that. Yeah, like I was saying, like 6, 7, 8 or something, I might configure that for drive control mod, start the tractor, release parking brake, and change shuttle mode or something like that, maybe. Becky says, wow. Grandpa's Gaming says, congrats on the new wheel. He also says your setup is great. Also, enjoy. Yes, I am enjoying. Thank you very much. Sean was saying, love the wheel. Says he would love to get a G27, but can't. I was going to change view here, but it's like, wait a minute, I have my steering wheel turned. Okay, which one actually changes it here? There we go. Let's get ourselves zoomed out there. Arab was saying, I have the same SciTech wheel, but I noticed that I cannot open the crane arm on the forestry loader or spin the grappler thing around like you do with your mouse. What are these options? Well, to spin it, I know as you turn the loader arm. Like I said, the loader arm twists. That will spin it. As for the rest, though, I think I mentioned that already. I have not figured that out yet. You know, I know it says it's got multiple options by changing modes. And I know one of the modes is, you know, the look around. But there must be another button to... And there is another button on here, it just doesn't seem to do anything. At least not that I've figured out how to use yet. So I've only ever been able to get half the functions to work on the Ponzi. If you folks happen to know, you know, let me know, or I'll let you folks know too when I figure out what the actual I have to do with this. Yeah, I've only had this thing not even 24 hours yet. I've only got maybe an hour. I might have 2 hours on it now. Nash was saying, does that mean you will use the steering wheel for all your farm sim videos? Probably not. I'll probably be using the keyboard for some of them yet, I'm sure. So there might be times when I have the keyboard on and I don't feel like setting up the steering wheel. That's kind of the way it was with the G27 too. Because obviously it's kind of a pain to set it up all the time. And typically when I set it up, I usually leave it set up for a couple of days. Then I take it down for a couple of days. Back to the keyboard, a couple of days and back and forth. Ross was saying congratulations. Says he was planning on getting the steering wheel and pedals as well. Says he's noticed he's getting some lag on the DLC map though. Time for a new PC, he says, and a steering wheel to go with it, he means. I haven't noticed any lag on this map. That actually kind of surprises me. Giants usually is pretty good about making their maps as, playable as possible on all systems. Yeah, it's definitely possible Giants has outdone themselves maybe on this map, and it's a little too detailed. Not that I'm complaining, but definitely is a nice amount of detail on this map, though, I'll have to say. And yeah, you folks can probably tell when I'm using my mouse here to look around versus the loader. Okay, enough playing with that. Oh, our Zetor is finished cultivating. Okay. Let's hire this guy then. Let's stop him a moment. I do not want auto tractor again. I see he unfolded out. Okay, there we go. Doesn't actually appear to put him down though, so that's probably good. Okay, you done? Yeah, good enough. Oh, nice. Shut off. Like I said, I still have to use my keyboard for that. I definitely want to get some buttons configured. I just kind of want to use this thing a little bit first, just to figure out what buttons are used, what buttons I want to keep versus which ones I don't want to keep. I don't want to sit here, changing buttons right away and, oh, that would be nice to maybe have this button. Even though I don't know what it does yet, but... And I still have grain in that combine yet, so I gotta remember to make sure I empty that out. You know what, is there a good place to park stuff around here? See a shed there, got like a shed there. Those are kind of storage there, so I don't think I really want to park stuff in there. So let's see what we got over here in a minute. This looks like cows, I bet. Oops, that's a tree back there. So, we've got cows. Where are the sheep then? Really, way down on the opposite side of the map. Okay. And chickens. I see 3 chicken icons. Does that mean each one? Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now. Kind of in the middle by field 9. Sheep are down by, well, under field 36 there, I guess you could say. Looks like. But yeah, I never understood why does Giants put like stuff way on opposite sides of the map. The cows are like way out, and the sheep are on the opposite side, and I don't quite get that. It seems like if you're a farmer, you would have all your cows would be on your main, on your farmyard, and... Ooh, can we drive in that? Oh, you can. Look out. So not really a good building to park in either. I guess we'll park under this open shed here then. Okay. Detach that, which is button 20. I'm going to grab the trailer here, unload this combine. There we go. Looks like you can road train with these. There's a hitch on the back. Okay, with a pipe out, I have no idea if that's where I actually got to be or not. We'll give that a try. Let's see. Pipe out. Hey, number 10. Good guess. I'm just curious here if I can actually unload this without... Let's see, there's a tab button on here too. Ah, hey, there it is. It's one of the little arrow keys on the left side, by the way. No, it doesn't unload with the cover on. Okay. Open cover, 16. Oh, 16. There's 16. Just kind of a curiosity question there, because I know some will. Anyway, folks, I think we better, looking at the time, wrap up the episode there. I will probably go ahead and sell this off-screen somewhere, wherever the shop or store unload spot is. Maybe I'll grab something if we have any in storage. Yeah, we should have some in storage. Which is right here, I do believe. Let's see what's here. Start filling. Button DP up. Okay, let's see what's here. That one? No. That one? Hey, it's that one. Okay. Anyway, like I said, folks, we'll wrap up the episode here. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.